This is a massive haul of Super Nintendo RPGs and impulse buys, and one item that is a literal game changer for Nintendo Switch, and I'm about to unbox it all. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Don't Tell My Wife How Much These Things Cost. I'm SuperDerek, and these are my impulse buys over the last few months. I did not expect this pile up quite so quickly as it did, but as it turns out, when you do top 10 videos talking about Super Nintendo games, bad things happen to wallets. Most of these are games that I bought. One of them is an item that was sent to me, and let me tell you, I don't say this lightly, but for Nintendo Switch, it is literally a game changer. So stick around for that. So I actually don't know what's in a lot of these packages. They all kind of got mixed up. Some of them, though, I'm pretty sure I know what this one is for my PSP collection, which has, as you probably know, has recently exploded. So, bunch of replacement PSP cases. So I'm definitely going to put those to use for some of those PSP games that that John sent last time, because they are just too good to go loose for too long. Yeah, I think this one is the next one that I'm gonna want to open, because this is gonna be a similar vein to what I just got here. This came from AliExpress, which took a very long time to arrive. But I'm really happy with the deal that I got on this guy because, well, let me show you what they... Oh. Actually, no, this isn't it. This is a different thing. Okay, what do I got? Oh. Okay, yeah. All right, here's what I got. It is nicely packaged. I'll say that. Very well, lovingly wrapped. Luckily, that is easy to remove tape. The Twisted Tales of Spike McFang. This game, holy cow. I wasn't expecting to open this one first thing, but like I said, when you make some top 10s and you're so close to completing a collection, you know, you kind of lose any sense of sanity. I don't remember how much I spent on this, and at this point, I think I prefer to keep it that way. So, I think this is what I was trying to open before. Let's try this one. I'm pretty sure it's maybe this one, possibly. This is tangentially related to the PSP cases. These, ooh, are some nice minty fresh Universal Game cases. Universal Game cases used to be sold by a local company called, well, local-ish company to the United States called Media Shelving, and it's where I got so many of my clamshells that I use to show off all of my old retro games that don't have cardboard. I'm running low on these, and if I didn't buy some new Universal Game cases, then I'd have nowhere to store the Twisted Tales of Spike McFang and other incredible games that I'm going to be unboxing here soon. Because if you don't take care of your games, they'll take care of you. Aha! This one I bought without a picture, but I don't think it came out looking too bad. The price was right. It was the cheapest Ys 3 I could find on eBay for a decent price, and here it is. Little bit of scarring, scraping on the front case here. Interesting thing, I feel like the texture on these cases feels different from the original Universal Game cases. Feels a little thinner, but I'm not really too concerned about it. Feels really slick too. This one does not require a big old knife to open up. Hopefully, the post office was kind to Arcana. There we go. This is another one that I heard a lot of really good things about when I put out my top 10 turn-based RPGs. Yes. That I was hyped to play, and I am hyped to play this one. Developed in part by HAL Laboratories, Halken. Wasn't expecting to make another one of these unboxing videos so soon, but man, when you've got a whole lot of things to unbox and well, it kind of clutters up my desk space here, and I can't film anything else until it's done. At this point, our intrepid hero starts unboxing a bunch of strategy guides, which nobody's really super interested in, so we're just gonna fast forward through all this. I wanted to show off this brand new shirt from me and Switch Wicked. This is a brand new shirt currently in pre-sale only, meaning we're gonna be making these to order. It's a very limited run. It is to celebrate my 10 years officially on YouTube and features some of my absolute favorite items from RPGs over the years. It's a really classy looking shirt, I think. It is absolutely gorgeous. Check out the link to see some higher resolution, beauty shots of the shirt if you're at all interested in classic RPGs or the items within them. Definitely make sure you check this out. This one was sent to me by a company free of charge. They're not requiring me to make a review of this or anything, but I do want to check it out and maybe give you some impressions after this whole thing is done. Here is the packaging, and as you can see here, it is a multi-port Switch game card reader. Are you not entertained? This is from a company that's called Awesome, ALXUM. This is their Awesome Game Changer. And the way that this is supposed to work is there are 4, count them, 4 readers in here, as well as an additional 4 slots for storage. And apparently, this just hooks onto your Switch. You plug this into the top, and you can push this button to switch between games on the fly. This little thing plugs into the game card reader, and promises to let you just switch out game cartridges willy-nilly, loosey-goosey. A literal game changer. I was gonna say, maybe I shouldn't have thrown the instructions away, but I don't think it came with instructions. Seems like the box is empty now, but I'm sure we can figure this out. We're smart people. Here is the cartridge reader. We'll just pop that out. There's my copy of Trails from Zero. That's the last time that I played a game on my Nintendo Switch, was plugging that in. Let's see if I can figure out how this is supposed to be oriented here. Looks like this goes into the card reader, like so. Kind of feels like I'm plugging in like a Game Genie or something. Oh, is that... Okay, I see. Okay, this is actually really smart. Like so. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then you plug in your game cartridge right there. And you have this for power, presumably, in order to allow the Switch to toggle through these with a single button press. It's not like a mechanical switch where you change the actual contacts between these. It looks like it's gonna do some internal routing of the reads and writes. I'm actually really impressed. I was kind of expecting this to be sort of just a throwaway clickbait gag, but legitimately, the more I play around with this, the more I could definitely see this become a permanent part of a console specific setup for a Nintendo Switch, which is how I would use this anyway. As somebody who has a lot of physical games, I don't just switch between digital. This adds that layer of really convenient way to switch between games. It's nice to be able to always have Ring Fit Adventure or Mario Kart 8 or a game that my wife plays like Animal Crossing available to play at the press of a button. I mean, that is a game changer. Literally a game changer. I cannot believe it, but it feels quality. And for $30, you know what, I'll have an affiliate link in the description down below if you want to check this out. I didn't think I would want this. I didn't think I would need this. I kind of expected it to be kind of jank, but everything about this actually works really well. I read some Amazon reviews from people who said that it caused their Nintendo Switch to not be able to go into sleep mode. I tested that pretty thoroughly just now and had no issue with that whatsoever. The cartridge, the changer itself, remembers what game you were last on It ejects games properly, and the Nintendo Switch even handles when you switch a game in the middle of gameplay. It gracefully closes the program. It doesn't save your progress, of course, because it can't, but it actually just, closes the software for you, and it says, it's switched because, the cartridge is no longer there. It's just really weirdly nice for such like an inexpensive product. I, again, was just kind of expecting this to be a little bit of a gag, but now it's a recommendation for anybody who has a big physical games collection for their Switch and just really wants to make their life a little more convenient. And the way that it grips onto the standard dock is flawless, man. I cannot, I have no notes.
Now, let's move on to more Super Nintendo goodness, because I promised a lot of Super Nintendo goodness, and I don't know what's next, but let's open this one. Okay, this is a game that actually I did not end up including on either of my lists, but I still wanted it because it is a really interesting looking game, although I've heard mixed reviews on this thing. Oh, this once upon a time was a Blockbuster rental, apparently. Look at that. It's got the classic terrible foil sticker that is impossible to remove without leaving some nasty stuff to clean up. Not quite impossible, but it's a pain. That said, I don't really mind it. It gives it an air of history, and I kind of appreciate that. It's still pretty dang cool, so I am not really terribly upset about this. Let's open a different one. Maybe this is a weird one. Let's check this out. Bubble wrap. That's what's in here. And that explains some of the packaging choices. Whew, okay, and luckily it is in good shape. I was a little concerned that there might not have been enough bubble wrap here, but turns out we are good. This is my complete in box copy of a classic Super Nintendo action RPG called Dragon View, and you might notice this one's a little bit different. It's brand new in box. It is sealed. It is limited run reprint of a classic Super Nintendo RPG with the Forever Physical label down here instead of, Super Nintendo. And I'm okay with that. This cartridge is pretty super interesting. Like the cartridge itself is green. It plays Dragon View, and looks like I got this little cool card. I got this because it was cheaper to get this complete in box reproduction, if you will, from Limited Run Games. It is official from the company. Like, Limited Run can do this because they have permission from the company. So the original creators are making money off of this, which is important to me. So it was cheaper to do all that, support the creators, and get a complete sealed copy of the game than it was to get a loose copy of the original release. I got a couple of these left. Let's go with this bubble mailer. I wonder, what was up with this one? It feels different. I ordered these a few weeks ago, and I kind of, when I say impulse buys, by the way, I do mean it. This is literally a case of me having gone through a bunch of Super Nintendo games, drooling over them for a while, and then saying, you know what, screw it, let me get one. Yes. Here is a Super Ninja Boy cartridge inside of a original Universal game case. I was absolutely right when I said it feels like these other ones are really slick. This has a slightly textured feel to the case itself. So it's kind of funny how now the Universal game cases coming from like PlayAsia are kind of like a knockoff. I don't mind them. It's just weird and different, but this is an original game case. Anyways, yeah, it was the same price as buying it anywhere else. I didn't pay extra for this, but it did save me the effort and time of going through, finding the art in high resolution, printing it out on my own onto photo paper, which costs money. Whoever did this one did a really good job of making this, actually. Very pleased. But it looks like I got... Oh, okay. No, I was wrong. I opened it up and here's what I saw in bubble wrap, and I thought for a moment that I bought a complete box copy of 7th Saga. No, I did not. Okay. Oh, yeah. Looks like I paid about 20 bucks for this. And it came in its own clamshell. Looks like a black universal game case, which is interesting. That is a thick boy too, compared to a lot of these others. That is much thicker than the universal game cases. Designed to be the same dimensions as an actual box, which is wild. I didn't know that's a thing. All of that aside, the 7th Saga. This is a game that a lot of people told me, don't bother when I made my video. At least not without a patch. Luckily, I have a Super UFO Pro 8 with which I can apply patches as needed pretty easily. This is... Oh, this is... I don't know what this game case is. If they could find more of these, though, that would be pretty swell. I bet this would be perfect if you could find more of these and upscale your art to fit them. This one doesn't fit super well. Then I bet this would be perfect for storing all of the Super Nintendo cases. Like, if I had to start over, I would see if I could find more of these. Unfortunately, it's not gonna match the rest of my universal game cases. So let's try switching it back out here. I wonder if it'll fill out the case a little bit better than it did the black one. Not much better. But that is an interesting game case. I'm gonna have to see if I can find more of these. This is really interesting. Anyways, 7th Saga. That is a pretty good stack of Super Nintendo RPGs, if I may say so myself.
Cutting out covers and putting them into these clamshells is such a satisfying process. I'll have links to the items I use in the description down below if you'd like to do the same for your collection. And here is that haul of games, fully housed and protected and looking beautiful. Now it's time to put these on the shelf among the other classics. And now that my table has been cleared off, I can finally get to work.